What's up, guys? It's Jacob Rodriguez, and I just want to welcome you all to Rod's Radio, a basketball podcast that dives into everything basketball, from NBA to college. I just want to thank you guys for listening and supporting. It really means a lot. And remember, OTO, baby, overcome the odds. What up, world? Jacob here, J-Rod, Rod, whatever you want to call me. We back at it again. Episode 11 of Rod's Radio. How you guys doing today? I'm doing great. I'm sorry for the lack of content on my social media pages. My podcast has been getting delayed, and I'm sorry about that. I've just had a lot going on with school, basketball, and OTO Worldwide. OTO Worldwide just dropped on Friday. We dropped the debut tee, the OTO logo tee. Make sure you guys go cop it right now. We are sold out in large right now, but we still have small and mediums, so go cop that, man. But now that my first drop is done, I'm back invested in Rod's Radio. More content to come, and I'm so excited to continue this journey with you guys. But today in Rod's Radio, we got a lot to talk about. The Utah Jazz, man. They're on fire. They're crazy good right now. But are they legit? We're also going to be talking about who's coming out the East. You know, there's like 5 teams that are battling in the Eastern Conference right now. So we'll talk about that. Also, we'll start talking about the teams that are starting to look serious. Teams that I had under my radar that are surpassing my expectations for them. So, much respect to them. And lastly, we got to talk about Blake Griffin, man. I'm sure you guys seen it on Twitter. I feel bad for him. We're going to be talking about him. With that being said, let's get right into it. Starting this episode off, man, we got the Utah Jazz. This is surprising to me. Very surprising. This is a team that I don't even think I had making the playoffs. Honestly, I didn't. And look at them. Right now, they won 18 of their last 19 games. Do you know how hard that is? Especially now, in a pandemic? Crazy. It's crazy. Are they serious title contenders? That's what we're going to look at today. Or are they the 2015 Atlanta Hawks? You remember the Hawks, right? 2015, going 60-22. The best record in the NBA. They were supposed to make noise. But little noise did they make. They got bounced out of the playoffs by LeBron James. But looking at Utah, their team does a whole lot of everything. Bojan averages 15. Clarkson 17 off the bench. Conley with 16. Rudy Gobert 14 and 13. Mitchell with 24 a game. They are clicking on all cylinders. I saw some clips about their ball movement. It's beautiful basketball they're playing. Beautiful. Reminds me of the Warriors, honestly. But are the Utah Jazz that serious? Are they just a regular season team? Take a look last year in the bubble. Donovan Mitchell was averaging like 50 a game as the Jazz gave up a 3-1 lead to the Denver Nuggets. Will that happen again? Will everybody not show up besides Donovan Mitchell? Will Donovan Mitchell even show up? I mean, the Jazz have never been that serious before. What changes this year? I don't think Donovan Mitchell is a star in this league. I don't think he's a superstar. No way. There are very few superstars in the NBA. He is an all-star for sure. The kid is special, but I wouldn't say he's a superstar-like talent. And right now they're winning so many games. Could they end the regular season with the best record in the NBA? For sure. The way they're playing. I don't think they make that much noise in the playoffs as far as going all the way to a title or making the Western Conference Finals a 6-7 game series. I don't think so. It's just lack of experience. And we've seen that with the Atlanta Hawks a couple years ago. If the Jazz get the 1 seed, they could potentially be playing one of the LA teams in the Western Conference Finals. And would they beat either of them? The Clippers? If Paul George doesn't show up, hell yeah. The Jazz could beat them. Hell yeah. But LeBron and AD? You're telling me the Jazz could beat LeBron and AD in a 7-game series? What have you been smoking? Can the Jazz even beat the Suns? The Suns? They're hot right now. But they have been inconsistent since the start of the season. I know they're 16-9, but if you watch their games, you see a lot of trouble there. But they have Chris Paul. He's a veteran. Chris Paul has only been in the conference finals, I believe, one time. Does he have enough experience to put them in the Western Conference Finals? I sure hope so. I want to see the Suns do damage. I want to see them play a long time. But the Utah Jazz, I just don't see how they can be able to make the finals or even the conference finals. Sure, they could win their first round matchup. They could win their second round matchup. But the Western Conference Finals, even if they make it there, they're not going to the finals. They're not. Regardless of what team they play. If they play the Clippers in the conference finals and Paul George shows up, they're not going to beat them. No. I still have the Lakers winning the championship, even though they look like ass right now. But I still got them making the championship. Like I said before, Donovan Mitchell in the bubble was amazing. The rest of the Jazz, But I'm starting to think the bubble was really just a fluke. And I'm not saying the Lakers won because of a fluke. The Lakers were going to win the championship last year, regardless of what happened, pandemic or not. But look at Utah giving up the 3-1 lead. The Denver Nuggets coming back from 2 3-1 lead deficits. Miami Heat going all the way to the finals. And this year, they're looking like ass. You got TJ Warren dropping 50 a game. What is he doing now? 10 a game? So was the bubble really a fluke? Did the Utah Jazz just fumble the bag? Was Donovan Mitchell just playing out of his mind because, it's the bubble? There was no stands. They said the gym was meant for shooters. I couldn't imagine if Steph Curry was in that. Steph Curry in the bubble, he's dropping 60. Easily. But we're going to see. This postseason will actually determine if the bubble really was a fluke. Because you got Paul George not even showing up. The Clippers choking. If the Clippers choke again, we all know they just suck. If they don't, they either learn from their play in the bubble or the bubble was just a fluke. We're going to see. The Jazz, tremendous team. I wish them nothing but the best. And I believe they're going to win a lot of games this season. But their limit is the Western Conference Finals. And that's it. If they make the Western Conference Finals, they win maximum 1 game. 1 game. Quote me on this. I'm saying it right now. You could say I'm challenging them like Shaq did. You could say that. But it's the truth. And when do I lie? Rod's always right. The Lakers. I know I just said they're playing like ass right now. But they're on a 7-game win streak, surprisingly. But the Lakers are playing the worst basketball they've ever played. If you watch their games, it's like watching 6th graders play. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. The Lakers had 3 straight games of going to overtime. And you know who they played? They played Detroit and the Thunder twice. Detroit went to double overtime. Detroit, a 7-19 team. A 7-19 team we went to double overtime with. It's sad, man. It really is. It's sad. And the Thunder? What are the Thunder doing this season? We were getting lit up by Al Horford. Shai Alexander. No disrespect. He's a great young star in this league. But come on, man. And then, after those 3 straight overtimes, even though we win all of them, we go to play Memphis, and we're down 20-2 in the first quarter. It's like, what's wrong with this team? I don't get how we play so bad, but we still win the games. Like, is it just the Lakers are just, waking up towards the end of the game and like, okay, we'll play? Or is it just the teams we're playing are like, they take their foot off the gas? Or they just suck? I don't know what it is. But as a Lakers fan, I'm a little concerned. Because like I said before, Utah Jazz, they're doing great. But if the Lakers play like this in the playoffs, I'm worried. Can the Jazz beat the Lakers if the Lakers are playing like this in the playoffs? Of course. Can the Clippers? Yep. Can the Suns? Yep. Do I think the Lakers will play like this in the playoffs? No, I don't. Just due to the fact that we have LeBron James. And LeBron James, 36 years old, 18th year in the league. He's carrying us. He has been. And for those reasons, he should just be the MVP. He should. He's carrying this Lakers team. AD, he's been struggling this season, like I said before. But against Memphis, he had 35. A big wake-up game for AD. The Lakers just need to wake up. The Lakers just need to look in the mirror and realize who they are. They are the defending champions in this league. The defending world NBA champions. Realize who you are. Right now, we're 21-6. I shouldn't even be tripping. We got second in the West right now. I shouldn't even be tweaking. But I am. Because all those games we lost could have been avoidable. We could be undefeated right now. Honestly. But the Lakers play like shit. And with the Lakers playing like shit, with the bad shooting nights we have, with some players not showing up sometimes, it just needs to be addressed. One problem the Lakers have is Marc Gasol. That man is trash. With a capital T-R-A-S-N-H. He's fat, man. He's fat. He's overweight. I'm saying it. He's overweight. It's crazy that the Lakers signed him. I even said it. Marc Gasol, questionable signing. Questionable. I said it in the first episode. I don't like Marc Gasol on this team. Marc Gasol with Memphis, GOAT. Here, trash bags. Garbage. Shit. Terrible. Ass. I hope Andre Drummond gets bought out. I hope he does. If the Lakers get Andre Drummond, it's wraps. It's wraps. The Lakers need to make a move at this trade deadline because we need a better big. We need a rebounder, a defender. Because what happens if we go against Embiid in the finals? We're going to have AD guard him. AD is the best defensive player in the league. But even the best defensive player in the league can't hold Embiid. And we need to rebound. We need to rebound the basketball. The Lakers love giving up offensive rebounds. I hope these problems are addressed so I don't have to keep on bashing my team. Wake up, Lakers. Wake up. Enough about the Lakers. Enough about the Western Conference. Let's talk about the East. Who's coming out the East? It's up in the air, honestly. You got the 76ers. Milwaukee's finally playing good. The Brooklyn Nets. Boston. Do we say Indiana? They're up there, but who's coming out the East? I get the question all the time. Who do I think is going to be Eastern Conference champions this season? And who is going to play the Lakers in the finals? You know, I think it comes down to two teams. The 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets. Why not Milwaukee? Why not Boston? Boston got no bench. They got no bench. You want to tell me Peyton Pritchard is going to be enough to beat Brooklyn or Philly? Come on. They still play Daniel Tice. Like, what? Like, why is he in the league? Why? What does he do good for Boston that Danny Ainge sees? If I'm Boston, I have to go get a big this offseason. I have to. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are too big of talents for you not to win. And the window, it's open right now. But one day it will close. And Danny Ainge will regret it the rest of his life. So Boston isn't ready. Milwaukee? Hell no. Hell no. We saw what happened in the bubble. But could the bubble be a fluke? No. Not in this case. They have Drew Holiday, though. Drew Holiday. I thought when they got him, that made them special. That made them Eastern Conference champions right off the bat. They're good. Drew Holiday, one of the best defenders in the NBA. If not the best defensive guard in the NBA. And Giannis is coming back into his own. He's averaging 28, 11, and 5. Isn't that crazy? And no one's talking about it. Back-to-back MVP winner. He could honestly be in the case for this year, too. But he's not for some reason. And it's crazy. And you also got Chris Middleton, averaging 25 and 6. I just don't think they have enough, man. And Giannis in the playoffs, it's never been good. It's never been good. Like I said before, Giannis is a regular season superstar. He doesn't show up in the playoffs. He hasn't. Chris Middleton will. But Giannis will have his dominant performance here and there. But when it comes down to late game shots, free throws, even defensive possessions, he doesn't come up big. Giannis chokes. And for those reasons, we have Philly and Brooklyn. Philly, 18-9. They had the best record in the NBA at one point. until the Jazz went on fire. But they have MVP candidate Joel Embiid. Embiid this season, almost 30 a game, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. The man is on a mission. Joel Embiid said, "We trusted the process." But it's enough of that. It's time to win. He's great. His counterpart, Ben Simmons, 14, 8, and 7. He's like a walking triple-double. He's great. With the addition of Seth Curry, 12 points a game, and he's had big games this season. Big games. He was a huge signing for Philly. Like I said before, Danny Green doesn't even play that bad in Philly. He played terrible with the Lakers, but at Philly, he's playing decent. The 76ers bench isn't all that, and that's what concerns me when they go ahead and face Brooklyn. Brooklyn's bench, sometimes it's iffy. They don't have Spencer Dinwiddie, but Brooklyn has 3 superstars. One of them is a regular season superstar, but Kevin Durant and Kyrie, superstars. Kevin Durant, 29 a game, like coming off an Achilles injury. How many times do I have to say this? That is amazing. James Harden giving you 23, 7, and 11. Leading the league, I'm pretty sure, in assists. Crazy. Kyrie Irving, 27, 4, and 5. Kyrie Irving had an interesting quote the other day. He said, "I'm the shooting guard. James Harden's the point guard." And it's about damn time. Because I've always said Kyrie Irving is not a point guard. He's not. He shouldn't be. His right position is the shooting guard position. It's about damn time they figure that out. And James Harden can do both. He could be a shooting guard and a point guard. And putting James Harden at the 1, just like we saw in Houston for a little bit. Putting him at the 1, it's dangerous. It is. And Brooklyn is starting to find their own. But that defense that they don't have concerns me as well. They need to make a move at the deadline, just like the Lakers. DeAndre Jordan, really? What year is this? 2014? 2013? DeAndre Jordan's not that good no more. As a defensive presence in the NBA? No. Hell no. They need someone better. And I hope they get it together. Because I do want to see Brooklyn in the playoffs. I do. I want to see them for the long term. But regardless, still don't think they work. One of those teams is going to make it out the East. Do I know which one right now? No. But if I had to take a safe bet, I would say Brooklyn. Now it's time for teams who I think are looking serious this season now. First off, the Hornets. LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward. These are all players that are having great seasons. And I was the one sleeping. I'll admit it. I will give them their flowers. Charlotte right now, they're 13 and 14, but it's the Eastern Conference, so it doesn't really matter. Right now, they're the 6th seed in the East. That's great, man. LaMelo Ball, 14, 6, and 6. Miles Bridges giving you 10 a game. Devontae Graham giving you 14 a game. Gordon Hayward giving you 22. Terry Rozier is also giving you 20 a game. Can this team do damage in the playoffs? Could we see a first-round upset? We might, man. We might. Depends who that 3rd seed is. If it's Boston, I think they could. But only Boston. I don't know why, but I just think the Hornets could beat Boston. I don't know why. Just because Boston be choking. Another team who is under my radar are the New York Knicks. They are 13 and 15 right now with the 7th seed in the East. They just got Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose coming back to New York. For what reason? I want to see D-Rose on a contender, man. The Knicks are not a contender. If you bet the Knicks are going to make the championship this year, you might as well just bury yourself under a rock because you know you're going to lose that. I want to see D-Rose on a contender, man. An LA team. Put him on one of the teams in the East, the top teams. I don't want to see him in damn New York, but he's doing great, though. RJ Barrett's giving you 16. Rose for the season's giving you 14 a game. Julius Randle, 22 and 11 and 5. He's an all-star this season. No doubt. Alfred Payton has clamps this season. Clamps. This team's good. They're good. The New York Knicks have a bright future. And that's saying a lot. I wonder who the star is that's going to come, who's going to transcend this franchise. And whoever does it will be considered an all-time great. Another team are the Chicago Bulls. Chicago, man. I've been bashing y'all. I have. I've been bashing my hometown, and it was out of no disrespect. None at all. But they just haven't been good. But now, they're starting to flip the page. Zach LaVine was the first Bulls player to score 120 points in a 3-game span since Michael Jordan in '97. Anytime you're compared to Michael Jordan, you're considered great. Just the last game they played, Zach LaVine and Kobe White are the first teammates in NBA history to each have 8+ threes in the same game. Wild. Zach LaVine that game had 46. He moves to second for most 45-point games in Bulls franchise history with 4. Michael Jordan had 73. That's crazy. So, much respect to Chicago. Also, we got the Blazers. Blazers right now, they still got Dame, who's a MVP candidate. Right now, they're the 5th seed in the West. 15-10 right now. 15-10. They're doing a lot better. Melo, he's balling. He's balling. He's moving up in the scoring list. He's balling, man. Much respect to him. But does this team do damage in the playoffs? I know I asked this question a lot. I don't think so. Their ceiling is the second round. First round, even. But nonetheless, they're doing great. And finally, we got the Mavericks. Finally starting to turn the corner. Right now, they're 13-14. Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis, top 5 duo in the NBA. Don't at me. Luka is special. Special. Kristaps Porzingis, after coming off from his injury, he was doing He was doing all right. But now, please, he's doing great. Luka, 28, 8, and 9. If they had a better record, Luka would win MVP. He would. And it's a shame that he's not getting considered, at least, for it. But the Mavericks are doing well, and I expect them to see them in the playoffs. Now we're going to end this episode on sort of a sad note, a sensitive subject. Of course, we're talking about Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin, man, used to be one of my favorite players in the league. Well, I actually used to hate him because he used to torch the Lakers every time. Dunking on Pau Gasol used to make me shake my head so much. But now, Blake Griffin's a different player. He doesn't drive to the hole no more. He's not dunking. In fact, he hasn't dunked since December 6, 2019. Blake Griffin has turned into a spot-up shooter. He plays around the arc. Blake Griffin this season is averaging 12, 5, and 3, while shooting 36% from the field and taking 6 threes a game, while shooting 31% from 3. What's up with him, man? What's up with him? I don't understand what made him develop his game like this. You know, I get it. Developing a jumper in today's NBA, it's important. But there's no reason why he should have stopped driving to the hole. He's struggling, man. You know, I know he's had injuries. Maybe that's why. But it hurts so much to see Blake Griffin be like this. It hurts. Should he retire? Is it time to hang it up for Blake Griffin? At a young age, is it time for him to hang it up? I hope not. But what he's doing this season, I just feel so bad for him. I miss the old Blake Griffin. I miss Blake Griffin on the fast break doing a crazy dunk off an alley-oop. I miss Blake Griffin posterizing people. I miss Blake Griffin having 40-point games. I don't know what can fix his career. I wish him the best. But man, is it sad. So that will wrap up this week's episode of Rod's Radio. I appreciate every single one of you guys who support me, who listen to me. It's all love, man. If you guys want to become a supporter, make sure you guys go to anchor.fm/rodsradio/supporter. Any type of donation is appreciated. All proceeds will go back into my podcast and back out to you guys. In case you haven't heard, my clothing brand, OTO Worldwide, has just dropped their debut tee, the OTO logo tee, which is available now on OTOworldwide.com. It is currently sold out in large sizes, so we only have small and mediums. Make sure you guys go check it out and support. Make sure you guys follow my clothing brand, OTO Worldwide, on Instagram at Overcome the Odds. And make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at OTO Worldwide. Make sure you guys follow Rods Radio on Instagram and Twitter at Rods_radio. That is at RODS_RADIO. You know, I'm thinking about having another guest on my show. You guys let me know who you guys want to hear from. I will try my hardest to get them on the show. With that being said, I only got one thing left to say. Rod out.